Alright, on to the extras. And it takes place here in Ayumi's room. Rather interesting place. Kind of spacious for a bedroom, though. You got a bench. And here are, you can check the letters you've collected throughout the game. Might as well read them all in order now. Dear Ayumi Shinozaki, you'll probably never get to read this, but I feel like I have to write this down just in case I don't get the chance to tell you in person. I know that you saw horrible things in Heavenly Host, the school my other self trapped you and your friends in. I'll bet the nightmares from what happened will haunt you for the rest of your life. This is going to be difficult to hear, but you have to let go. Thinking about how your friends died will only make your life more miserable. Remember my story? My other half, the half you had to help me save. She was born from my hatred for humanity. I was so wrapped up in my hate that I created an evil reflection of myself. I don't want that to happen to you, Ayumi. Your sensitivity to spirits, what let you reach out to me. I had it too. I think every Shinozaki I've known has that gift. That means you could end up like I did. I've felt your pain since the tragedy that befell your friends. Your soul is on every Shinozaki I've known has... Your soul is on every Shinozaki I've known has the brink of splitting. That's, I'm not sure what exactly that means, but whatever. If that happens, especially if you're still alive when it happens, I'm not sure there will be someone to help you like you helped me. You're probably wondering why I care, why I haven't moved on myself. You did free me from the curse, after all. I probably could have passed over to the afterlife, but I didn't. I felt such terrible pain inside you when you escaped Heavenly Host. Then I felt the souls of your friends being chained to your own. I knew then that I had to save you. No one else could protect you from what you had done. Why do I care? Well, we Shinozakis need to stick together. Your friend, Sachiko Shinozaki. That's interesting of note. That's nothing. And Ayumi has a bad habit of not putting away her socks. And here you can check the various themes in the game. It's basically a sound test. These two are the ending themes, and I believe this is one of the Chapter 5 themes from Blood-Covered Repeated Fear. And here you can check your endings list. Yeah, we got them all. And we also have extra chapters. Now, for Blood-Covered, I eventually came to the conclusion that showing off the extra chapters in Blood-Covered wasn't really worthwhile because nothing really happened in any of them that would make me want to show them off. But these, I feel, do a good job of fleshing out the world of... do a good job of world building. So first up, Chapter 1. What should I say? I guess I'll start and see where it goes. Dear Ayumi Shinozaki, you'll probably never get to read this. Oh, hi, Yuka. Where's your spirit glow? I was wondering who was in here. What are you writing? A letter to a friend. Aw, I can't see. I'd rather keep it to myself for now. Fine. You look kind of familiar. Did Ayumi bind you the same time as the rest of us? Not exactly. I'm actually here of my own free will. Of my own will. What? Why would you do that? This place is so boring. I'd rather not say. Come on, it's not like I can tell anyone else. Did Ayumi hurt you too? We should stick together. I prefer being alone. Being here is actually kind of nostalgic. Weird. My classmates used to say that too. Well, just let me know if you change your mind. You should at least meet the others. That's okay. Just don't mention to them until I say so, okay? What's in it for me? Just kidding. Not much you could give me here. I'll keep your secret for now. Just don't make me wait too long. Well, that was close. That was a close one. She may not remember me, but I know Satoshi had a very good look at me before he died. I'd better finish this letter before Yuka comes back. There's only so long I can hide it if I just leave it sitting around, though. If only there were somewhere to put it where they wouldn't bother to look. How about all over the school? Extra Chapter 2. Hey, it's me, Shishido. I didn't expect to see you here, Tsukasa. I still don't know who Tsukasa is. Did he appear in Book of Shadows, or... Would you rather I left? No, it's fine. It's just a surprise. Well, when I couldn't reach your home phone, I decided I could use a walk. You tried to call? Is something wrong with Monette? Nah, he'll be fine. I emailed you the updated medication, but I thought I'd make sure you got it. So, here you go. Might, this is still pretty expensive. Don't forget to buy yourself food. I know you'll try to cut corners if it means helping Monette. I'll be sure to keep feeding myself too. Good. By the way, what's going on here? Those didn't look like students you were with. They were students here a few years ago when I was still a TA. I offered them the room for the night for a little reunion. What made you do that? Well, one of them, Shinozaki, has kept in contact with me over the years. She seemed really lonely. She hasn't made many friends since she graduated. Another one, Suzumoto, had to transfer schools for senior year, so I invited them all back to visit. That's awfully nice of you. I certainly wouldn't have thought of that. It's not quite working as I'd hoped, though. Oh? It seems like all I did was make them feel obligated to put their busy lives on hold for a day. And Shinozaki, she's just been standing in a corner looking out the window. Sounds like a failure. Gee, thanks, Tsukasa. I can always count on you for moral support. Hey, I didn't mean it like that. I know. You should still think about what you sound like, though. Maybe that's why I've scared off so many people. Monette is my only regular client. Might be. Shinozaki really is worrying you, isn't she? Yes. I know it's none of my business, but she seems depressed. Is she seeing anyone about that? I don't think so. Well, I'm not sure I could help any. I wish there was something I could do. Is there anything she liked to do while she was here? Well, she used to tell ghost stories by candlelight. It's almost sunset. Maybe find a candle and tell some ghost stories. Nostalgia might be your best bet here. Maybe you're right. That's a good idea, Tsukasa. I think I even have a spare candle. What about you? Want to join us? I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Nah, I'm good. Are you sure? Well, when I mentioned nostalgia, I remembered a certain spot I liked nearby during sunset. Oh, I won't keep you then. Good luck with Shinozaki. See you around, Yui. Goodbye, Tsukasa. Where did I leave that candle? So that's pretty interesting. Extra Chapter 3! And now we take a look at Mayu's room. Hey Arai, how's the casting going? Most of the main roles have been filled, but we still haven't found a good fit for the lead. Really? Has no one auditioned, or have you just been turning everyone down? Hardly anyone wants the role, it seems. I asked one of the other actors we cast, and he said the lead's role was boring. Boring? How is growing from a cowardly kid into a heroic savior of his friends from a haunted school boring? Don't ask me, I'm not the one who said it. I think someone's costume is going to be late for dress rehearsal. Who said it? Come on, we both know you're not like that, Suzumoto. I guess the material's getting to me. Oh, it's already past 7 p.m. What, got a date or something? One of my teachers from Kisaragi Academy offered to have a reunion in my old homeroom today, at 7. I haven't seen any of my friends from there since I graduated from Byakudan. I wonder if Shig will be there. Shig? Are you talking about Sakutoro Morshi? You've heard of him? Well, aside from hearing that nickname you have for him from time to time, he's made a bit of a name for himself. He's become pretty well known for being the actor that plays the big roles in small productions and small roles in big productions. Oh hey, how about that? He's actually important. He never says anything about work when I talk to him on the phone. He's probably embarrassed about that reputation he has. I know, we can have him be the lead in our show. Are you sure? You haven't seen him act in years. I know Shig well enough to know he wasn't slacking all those years. Alright. Maybe ask him to audition while you're at this little reunion of yours. Right. Oh, I need to get going. Talk to you later, alright? Stay safe. It sounds like we have a lot to catch up on, Shig bro. I can already see your name in our advertising posters. Sakutaro, more Shig stars in the Curse of Heavenly Host. Oh, so she knows about that. They'll love you, Shig. I know they will. I know oh, okay. Just bluntly put it out there. So that is actually pretty interesting because I think that's going to lead up to one of jackkel-dragon's future games in the D2 series. I believe the Dragon Mask? But that's still heavily in development, so I won't be covering that anytime soon. Now for Extra Chapter 4. I can't keep relying on that spell to hide me. Why can't Ayumi just sit still a moment and think things out? I feel so powerless to help her. I hope she survives confronting Yoshiki. I should find something to do until Ayumi is ready to listen. Oh, I can actually control her. Forgot about that. It's kind of interesting controlling Sachiko in a Corpse Party game, even though it won't last long. I don't believe you can enter any of the rooms, and if so, there's nothing in them. Well, if it isn't the meanie in red. Huh? I knew you looked familiar! I can't believe you managed to trick me for 6 years. I mean, how could I forget the face of the person who drowned me? Yuka, wait! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I don't want to hear you talk. I just want to see you stuffed full of blood. Now come here! Ah! Oh, once again, escape sequence. I'm pretty sure there's nowhere to actually escape to, though. Kinda interesting seeing Yuka taking the role of the anatomical model-esque role now. Okay. Let's just explore as much as possible, just in case. She tends to go backwards quite a lot. Hi there, high encoding. But yeah, you do have to get caught to progress. No, I can't die yet! Ayumi still needs me! Why do you want to help her, huh? You just kill people! Why do you act like you're better than me? Huh? What's happening? The exorcism must be pulling Yuka away. So it is good that Ayumi did that exorcism after all. Yeah! That was not Yuka. I don't know what that was, but that was not Yuka. Ugh. I need to stand up. I can't stay here. And Chapter 3. There must be some way I can help her. Where'd you get the Book of Shadows from? Why do these magic books have to be so ambiguous? The translation notes say this spell would cost me my soul, but that's not what this word means. Ugh. I don't have much time left. This body wasn't meant for long-term use. I shouldn't keep maintaining the illusion spell for much longer. I'm too weak as it is. I can't die again until Ayumi is safe. I need to hurry. Ayumi needs me. So she was using an illusion to keep up the appearance of the girl in red. And that's the last of the extra chapters. But there's also an epilogue and a teaser for the next game in the series to look at. It was a rainy after-school day, just like this one. Hey, Shinozaki? Something wrong? No, I'm just watching the rain. Did you forget your umbrella or something? Actually I did. That's not really why I stayed, though. Then why? We've already cleaned up everything from Kisaragi Fest. I'm just thinking of someone. I like watching the rain. It's soothing, I guess. I bet that sounds weird. I've dealt with weirder. Yeah? If the rain doesn't let up, I could walk you home if you like. I have my umbrella. I'd like that. We could talk about that karaoke place you wanted to go to this weekend. Right. Aw. I hope that I'm worthy of your sacrifice, Ayumi. Wasn't that cute? And now, the Fatal Operation teaser. Ugh. I was really hoping work would have slowed down by now. I'm already too far behind on my studies. I don't want to retake another exam. What's gotten into people these days? Every day we have a new accident. I should really look into some sleeping pills. Relying on medicine won't get you anywhere, Naomi. Even though you're a nurse. I'd better check to see where I'm needed. Looks like another busy day. Who are the doctors seeing first? Yuya Kizami. Oh boy. Reconstructive surgery? What sort of accident was this guy in? Ugh. These accidents are starting to remind me of Ayumi's stories. Skin torn from almost half the body? Ugh! Here I thought I was getting used to horrific injuries. Was that a text? Seiko sent me something. Actually, it looks like she also sent me something earlier this morning, too. Hey, sleepyhead, don't forget to show up at work today. I'm going to treat you to dinner after your shift, so you better get there on time and do your job. You really don't have to, Seiko. I got tired of waiting to see your precious face, Naomi. Besides, you look so cute in your nurse uniform. I'm coming over to take a nap in that fancy office you got last week while you work. Can you tell them something so they'll let me in? They figured out I'm not actually related to you. Seiko. She must be off from work today. Guess I better head down to the lobby before she gets herself in trouble. Fatal Operation. And a bunch of kanji. And so, now there's only one thing to check out, and it's just viewing a bunch of CGs. Most of them are from the game, however, there's also 3 bonus ones, which are from earlier in development, I'd assume. An early version of the scene where Seiko is covering Ayumi's eyes, from a different perspective entirely. And this CG, only Yoshiki is regularly colored. And once again, with the despair scene. Kinda interesting that at one point they weren't going to be glowing. Or maybe they were intended to be that way, they just weren't always that way. With that, I'm pretty sure that's all we have to show off. Oh, yeah, you can inform yourself on what each thing does here. But, yeah. With that, I'd say it's about time for my final thoughts on this game. Alright, time for my final thoughts on this game. I've already mentioned some of my thoughts during the playthrough itself, so I'm going to elaborate here. I'm also going to try and avoid making comparisons to Blood Covered this time around, to avoid undermining the effort by Jackkel-dragon. To start off, I like how this game continues off of one of the bad endings in the original, and focuses on how one of the surviving characters copes with the deaths of her friends years before. While Corpse Party It was similar in concept, I don't think it ever reached its true potential. It got closer with Past End, but even then, that's not to say either one of those games are bad, but I felt there was room for improvement involving the gameplay and storytelling. In any case, I find it intriguing how sequels that follow bad endings in games can have just as much, if not more, potential to make an appealing story than sequels that follow good endings. That leads me to wonder what a sequel to the A-rank ending in the original would be like. If I did have some nitpicks, it's that the story's pacing in the first 2 chapters is a bit fast, specifically when Yuka reveals herself in Chapter 1, and also Yoshiki showcasing his past in Chapter 2. In the latter case, this is understandable, as pushing his whole past into Yumi's face was Yoshiki's intention, and he later lampshades this. But in Chapter 1, Yuka's revelation just comes all at once, without any time to digest the information. Another thing, and this really is a nitpick, is that the school's layout is closer to that of Blood Covered than the original PC-98 game. While that's not inherently a bad thing, it is very jarring when you think about the fact that this is based off of the original Corpse Party, with elements of Blood Covered loosely melted in. On that note, Jackkel-dragon is working on a remake of Depths of Despair that, from what I've seen, improves both the pacing for Yuka's revelation and changes the school's layout to be closer to the source material. I believe that it also incorporates the Green Goose, a series staple Depths of Despair oddly lacked, though I am not positive on that. The only other thing I can think about is that Yoshiki's jacket is hard to distinguish from the environment, so perhaps in the remake, Jackkel-dragon could make it stand out more visually. Moving on to the good stuff, and there's a lot of it this time around. I really like Sachiko's character in this game, specifically how it captured her smart and still human side from the original game, despite her being the deuteragonist this time. In fact, I feel this was the perfect role for her to play in this sequel. It's fantastic to see Sachiko's character evolve since the original game's events, and something that greatly adds to the story in my eyes. It makes seeing her as the victim in Chapter 3's wrongdoings, despite all she had done in the past, all the more horrific and interesting, I feel. On the flip side, seeing Yuka, Yoshiki, and Satoshi as the villains this time around is quite terrifying, and I like how each of the 3 are well written to have their own personalities and themes they go by. It's different than the mindless anger Naomi felt when she became an evil spirit in Corpse Party F, and quite intriguing to me. Plus, given how the villains, and the setting for that matter, are shaped from Ayumi's traumatic past in one form or another, Depths of Despair is like a psychological horror story in a similar manner to Silent Hill, I'd say. It's a pretty interesting direction to take the series through, and I'd say it paid off in spades. Like I've said before, Corpse Party, at its core, is built off the emotions of its characters. Therefore, it makes sense to turn the series toward the psychological horror route, as said genre is a perfect conductor for this kind of storytelling. I also very much like the inclusion of the characters from Blood Covered, even though they are pushed to the side. I won't go too far into this subject because Seiko and the others are pretty much just cameos in this game, but Seiko gets a bigger role in Fatal Operation that makes me like her character, and I'll go further into that when I play Fatal Operation. With that, I do believe I've covered all I wanted to say for this final thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed the series, and look forward to more videos coming soon. Until then, Bye ya!